Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deanna DeMattio. I am a real estate agent. I work for eXp Realty. I'm licensed in California, Florida, and Connecticut, actively pursuing real estate in Florida around the Volusia County area. I provide a lot of mentorship for people interested in the industry, getting involved, things like how to get your real estate license and what broker to choose. And that is what I want to talk to you guys about today. What are the three main things you should be looking at when choosing what broker you want to work for? There's tons of options. There's companies that work international, there's companies that are all over the United States, and there's a lot of small boutique local brokerages that you could work for. You might have a family friend that's in the industry, but basically there's three main things that you need to consider when pursuing real estate and choosing a broker. A broker is someone that you're going to be operating underneath, and it's extremely important that you touch on these three things when shopping around, because if you don't have one of these three things, then you're probably not going to be very happy, satisfied, or successful within this company that you're working for. So let's get started. The three things are going to be the costs that are associated with working for this broker, the mentorship that is offered through this company, and then the education, the continuing education that they provide for you and all the other agents within the company. So you might be wondering, especially if you're not in the industry, what costs could be associated with working for a broker. So there are typically some overhead costs. Now it really depends on what your broker provides. So for example, some provide an access to a CRM, so data management with your clients, and you might be paying for that through your monthly fees. Others could be office spaces, so if they provide you with a desk or access to a desk in an office, maybe to meet with clients, that could be associated in your fees. It could even be something as simple as like a limited amount of printer paper to use, things like that. So overhead costs are really important. This should be public information that's displayed on their website, but if it's not, go ahead and email someone within the application offices or something so that you can understand and know what those costs are going to be. Typically it's a monthly fee, and of course you're going to be paying that as long as you're pursuing real estate. So it's something that you have to kind of understand so that you know how much money you should be setting aside to get started in the industry, because you're not always going to sell a house the minute you get your license. It might take a while, so you want to make sure that you can be able to afford these monthly costs up until that point where you do sell your first house. All right, the next thing is going to be mentorship. So mentors are really important. I often say this, that real estate classes do teach you the laws of how to get your real estate license and what to do once you're in real estate, but they don't always teach you what you're going to do on that first day, and that's really where your mentor should come into play. Now the mentorship program for each broker office definitely changes. The one that I went through provided mentorship for your first 3 transactions, which was extremely valuable. They reviewed all the contracts that I was submitting and made sure everything was legal, and they were basically there on call 24/7 if I had any questions. In addition to that, there is a commission split typically with a mentor that you're using, so you want to find out what that commission split's going to be and how much they're going to take away and what they're going to be providing for you. And then another thing to consider, especially if you're pursuing real estate with a company that's national, where is this mentor in relation to you? So if they're local, it's just going to be like via email or maybe even Zoom connections. Obviously getting to know someone in person's a little bit better, an advantage. So just determine or try to figure out where and how you're going to interact with that mentor, or even if they don't offer one. Okay, and then the third thing to consider, if not the most important, is education. So like I said, real estate classes are great, but once you really get into the industry, there's so much more to learn. How to sell a house, how to fill out contracts, things that your classes don't necessarily teach you. So education that is provided through the broker is really important to find out before you sign on with one. With the company I work for, they provide at least 25 hours of different classes online, and we can basically hop on any single call that we want to. It's a live call and answer questions, interact with the professor and all the other people that are taking the class. And that's great for me, at least. I travel a lot, and so this way if I see a class that pops up and I'm like, wow, I really want to attend that, that's something I've been wondering about, I need to learn a little bit more about, or just get a refresher, I can hop on wherever. So try to figure out how the broker you're looking for offers these classes. Is it in person? Is it gonna fit into your schedule? Are they, online? Is it in the evenings? Things like that. And then are they recorded? Can you review them? And who teaches them? There's a lot to consider, but you really want to make sure that they are offering education classes, basically trainings on important topics essentially. So for example, like foreclosure trainings or relocation trainings, things like that. So those are things that you weren't necessarily taught while taking real estate classes, but are going to be very important for you to be actually operating as a real estate agent. Okay, and that's really it for this video. I just wanted to touch base on those. I do get a lot of questions about why I chose the company that I work for, and that was the 3 deciding factors: the cost, the mentorship, and those continuing education classes. They're all outstanding, and you know, I've learned from a lot of people that even though you might want to work for your local broker, or maybe someone's recommending this company to you, you should really take into consider these 3 things. It's what's going to be best for you to get, you know, your start in the industry. You need this kind of mentorship, education, and obviously lower costs never hurt anyone. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to go to my website, deannadamatio.com, click on the DeMattio group tab, and schedule a 30-minute consultation with me. That's typically where I get ideas of what my next video is gonna be, just communicating with people that are interested in the industry or might be switching around, you know, their career field, and then it stems a conversation and an idea for me to make a video. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. If you got any value from this, go ahead and comment and like the video, share it with a friend, and I will see you soon.